Hello and good morning. Welcome to the This Nanny Knits knitting podcast. Here I share all of my knitting, sometimes crocheting projects and waffle on about them for goodness knows how long. It is so nice to have you here. Thank you so much for coming by and watching. If you are returning, then thank you so much for coming back. Today might be a little bit of a crash. I don't have any notes. I have my notes from last week, which I'm kind of feeding from, but I don't have a great deal of time today. So I thought this is my only opportunity to record and I'm just going to do it and see what happens. Today is Friday and it's the 15th of October. I have taken the girls to school, I have come home, I've had a coffee and I have sat down to record this video with you. So we're going to get straight into it. All of the places you can find me and everything that I talk about in this episode will be down below in the show notes. I think that's all of the spiel. Let's just get into whips. There has been some progress around here. When I look at things, I don't see the progress, but there has been progress. Let's start with my socks. We'll do finished objects after, but let's start with socks. I have not quite finished these. I think last week I said to you that I wanted to have them finished, but I didn't quite get there. I have been making these socks for WMAS, more about that later, but I have finished this one. And I am at the toe decreases. I've literally just started. Oh my goodness. I've literally just started the toe decreases on this one. So these are knit in the Regia 4-ply sock yarn. It's kind of a self-patterning yarn. It, if you can see, kind of creates a bit of a style on them as you go. So I started knitting these. Oh, it is in here. I was like, where's that gone? I've lost one. I started knitting these as always on ChowGoo 2.25 9-inch circular needles. They are my favourite. I just love knitting socks with those the most. And I do the whole sock, including the heel. This has got a shadow wrap heel on the 9-inch. And then for the toe, I, well, sometimes I do magic loop, but this time I am using two 16-inch circular needles and I'm doing it that way. So I will have this toe finished probably today. And then I will cast another pair on this weekend. I need some easy knitting for this weekend. So I want to try and get this one done today so that I can have another pair on the needles ready for my adventures this weekend, which I will talk to you about a little bit later. Whip number 1, you can hear my crazy sock lady notions tin in there. Where am I going to put this? Back over here. I've got a lot of stuff around me. My second whip I did have last week, and I've made probably the most, well, except for one other thing, but the most successful progress on is my Ranunculus. So, oh, I'm kind of in the middle. That's annoying, isn't it? I should have kind of finished at the edge. Never mind. So, here is my Ranunculus. It's grown some. I think last time I showed it to you, I had just, hopefully we don't lose any stitches, I had just finished the lace here at the top, which is quite hard to see. And I apologise because last time I told you I would do a cutaway and I did not. So I will try and do that for you today, and I will pop it in here. So I've done a fair amount of the body. I split for the sleeves. Well, I say a fair amount, that's not actually too much, is it? But I have done some. So let me tell you about the Ranunculus. I am knitting it with John Arbon Devonia yarn. It's a 4-ply weight yarn. It is 50% Exmoor Blueface, 30% Blueface Leicester and 20% Wensleydale. It's made here in the UK in Devon. They have a mill, and this is the colour Ocean Rain. I always forget that, I don't know why. I love the colour so much. I'm doing pretty well on yarn. I have this much left. I am hoping to give it 3/4 length sleeves. Initially I was thinking of short sleeves, but that was back in the summer when I'd planned to make it and I didn't quite get to casting it on. So I think now that it's more autumn winter, it will be a really good layering piece. So I am going to do it with 3/4 length sleeves. So as you can see, it's knit at quite a loose gauge. It's going to be pretty holey, so you obviously do have to wear something under this. I am knitting it on Chiaogu 5.5mm needles. Now that's not the recommended needles. I believe recommended is 6mm. But if you don't know the Ranunculus pattern, or if you do, it is a one-size-fits-all pattern, which I find quite difficult because one size does not fit all. Obviously, if you are slightly bigger, then it is going to be more snug on you, but if you are slightly smaller, it's going to be oversized and really baggy. And I wanted something in the middle. I didn't want something too baggy, but I didn't want anything too snug and fitted either. So as previously mentioned, I took advice from Laura over at Penrose Knits at the Knitting Pickle podcast, and she knit hers on a smaller needle. I think she might have even done hers on a 5. Can't remember. But I went for a 5.5 because I liked the material that it made, except for the top collar that I did on 5mm because I did it on 9" and I only had a 5mm. So that's my Ranunculus. I'm hoping to have this finished. Is that achievable? Should I say that out loud? I am hoping to have this finished next time I see you. Let's just put it out there. Let's see if that happens. Who knows? It might not happen, what with the move, but I also have 2 weeks off work coming up. So it probably is achievable because it is just plain vanilla knitting right now. And other than my socks, this is the only plain vanilla knitting I have. So I am really enjoying working on it. It's really good for Zooms when I'm chatting with friends. So this is in my antler and acorn bag, which I've previously shown. The rest of my whips, well, this one's not really a whip, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. As a lot of you know, I've previously mentioned that the lovely Nicole over at Professor Pearl is hosting a Note Love knit-along that I wanted to take part in. And I previously showed you my mohair. Mohair? It is mohair, right? Let me just check. I question myself every time. Yeah, it is the mohair. I couldn't remember if I got the mohair or the alpaca. I did get the mohair, which is this lovely, lovely colourway. It is from Castleview Yarns, and it's her birthday colourway called 2 because it was her 2nd birthday. So I was going to hold this with a bare yarn, and there were a few comments in one of the podcasts like, interesting choice, Lucy, which kind of put me on edge a little bit, and I really doubted myself. So I did get a plain yarn. This is just 100 grams of 4-ply superfine merino, 400 meters. I ordered this from Etsy from a lady called Witchcrafty Lady. I got 2 skeins of this, and then I got some yarn to dye from her too. So my plan was to hold them together and to see what it would make. And I have done that. I've done a little bit of a swatchy swatch. And I wanted your opinion. I quite like it, I think. And it's super soft and it's super fuzzy, but I always doubt myself. So I'm going to show it to you. I was trying to work out what size needles. So it's a different gauge at the top and a different gauge at the bottom. But what are we all thinking about that? Do you think it will look fine? I'm thinking it will look fine. I think it's just really cool the way the colours are different. You're going to get different colour, and it does really tone it down, because my worry was actually, yeah, maybe it's going to be a bit crazy, but I feel that this is really toned down in comparison to this. So I haven't got any further than this for the love note, and I really wanted to, but there's a lot going on here knitting wise right now, and swatching is as far as I got. So this KAL I believe is running until December. Go check out Professor Pearl to get the details, but I'm pretty sure it's running to the beginning of December. So I do hope to be able to get this made for then. I want to get the ranunculus off the needles first, I think, before I cast this on, because I am feeling a bit overwhelmed with my whips. I think I mentioned that last week, the week before, you know, the last episode I should say. Yeah, and I just feel really overwhelmed, and like I'm doing a lot of knitting, but I don't see a lot of progress, and I think it's because I'm knitting on too many things. So a couple of like rounds here and there on each project is obviously going to take a really long time to get anything complete. So I should mention to you that I gauge swatched in a 6mm at the bottom, which I think was the recommended needle. But I've got some notes here on it actually, because I was trying to do some maths with my friends from Knit Group. So I wasn't getting the right gauge. So I tried on a, sorry, I'm just reading my notes. I tried on a 6.5 at the top here, and I think I like the material, well, I think I like the material better. It's a little bit looser than the one at the bottom, which I think I like, but then it means I need to figure out the maths because the gauge doesn't meet pattern. So I'm supposed to get 16 stitches per 4 inches, and I'm getting 19, so it's quite a big difference. So I did some maths. My friend Erica and Charlie helped me out. So I wanted the size small. That would have given me 6.5 inches of positive ease, so I think that would work really well for me. But because of my gauge issue, I need to knit a size medium. Oh yeah, I lie. Okay, so when I measured it on Zoom, this top bit was 19 stitches per 4 inches. But when I went back to it the next day, I was like, that's a lot. I'm out on gauge by a lot. Let's remeasure. And I actually got 18. So then I worked out I'd need to knit a size medium. Previously, when I did it with my friends on Zoom, we were like, oh, you need to knit a large to get the right size. But I think medium will be fine, because 6.5 inches of positive ease is quite a lot anyway. So I don't mind if it's like 4. I don't want it too big. So watch this space. This will get cast on at some point. So that's not really a whip, but it's going to be a whip. What have we got next? 2 new things. One of them is an absolute disaster, but let's talk about it anyway. No, let's do the other one first. So I heard from Hanna over at Herb Garden Knitwear. She sent me a message to say that her new shawl she had designed is going into testing if I would like to take part. And I really love the shawl design, but I was like, Lucy, you've got so much going on. I don't think you can fit it in. And then I caved, because I found that it's in, let me get the yarn. It's in an Aran weight yarn, right? Yes. And it's 2 to 3 skeins. I got 3 just in case. Did I get 3? No, I got 4. I think it was a 3 skein, but then I worked out the meterage and I got 4 just in case. And I asked over on Instagram what colour I should go for. So there was a nice pumpkin-y orange colour, or there was this colour. And I went with this colour. This was the majority of the votes. I think it's definitely more me. I just think I felt really autumnal at the time when I was looking at the pumpkin colour. So this is West Yorkshire Spinners the Croft, and it's 100% Shetland Island wool, and it is in colour 568, which is called Ollaberry. So I am going to be knitting this as a test knit for Hanna, and this is what I have. I was a little bit confused and I had to speak to Hanna, and she was so helpful and so lovely. Something just wasn't clicking in my brain, and one part of the pattern really confused me, and I was like, Hanna, I'm really sorry, but I don't get it. And this is all I have because I haven't really worked on it because I've had a nightmare with another project which we'll go into, but this is now going to get my main focus. You can't really see yet, but it is a really nice, beautiful patterned shawl. It's got like a really nice texture to it, and I think it will knit up pretty quickly once I get into the swing of it because it's an Aran weight. So watch this space for this one. I am knitting it on 5mm needles, and all these stitch markers are helping me with the pattern. So yeah, that's that one. I'm getting there. I've made a good start. Oh, I've got all tangled in my microphone cord. I've made a good start on it, so that's the main thing. And my gnome I have not done any more work on. Everybody finished, and then I kind of lost my mojo, and I was like, well, what's the point now? The knit along is over. I've missed it. I haven't technically missed it. I think I don't think it technically finishes until like the 20th or the 22nd or something like that. Yeah, and I really do need to pick that up. Excuse me. I really do need to pick that up and finish it because it's pointless just having a few little bits hanging around in a bag, and it will look really cute when it's done. I've just been a little bit angry with my knitting the past week, I think. Partly because I haven't seen progress, and partly because a couple of things have been really annoying me. So, as you are aware, I'm taking part in the West Knits Shawlography 2021, and I was super duper excited, and I shared my colours with you last week, and I caked them all up, and I was ready and raring to go. I had a Zoom call with some knitting friends, and we all sat down last Friday, zoomed together, watched Stephen West's video for the first clue. We didn't watch all of it, but we watched the first part, which was telling us about colour choices and colour placement, and then he went into the tutorial part of it to get us started. So that was super duper fun. However, I think the excitement got to me, and I chose my colours in the wrong order, the wrong placement. I mean, there isn't a wrong way to do it and there isn't a right way to do it, but I don't like it, and I think I'm going to rip it all back. I know, Clue 2 comes out today, and I'm thinking of restarting. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I don't like it as it is, and I don't want to knit further in the hope that the colours will even out and then I may like it, because if I don't, I'm in a worse situation where I've spent so much more time on it to then rip it all back. So I think I'm just going to do it. I was speaking to a few friends, a few knitting friends, and they were like, trust your gut. You know if you like it or not. If you're not going to wear it, it's pointless to keep knitting on it. Don't put any more time into it. Make it how you want. So I'm going to be really behind, which kind of frustrates me because that's the whole fun part of it, knitting along, doing the whole mystery aspect of it. But at the same time, I do have to do what I have to do. So I am going to show it what I have so far. I haven't completed Clue 1. And I don't feel like it's a massive spoiler because by the time this video goes out, Clue 2 would have been out for a couple of days. So if you do not want to see the first and almost second part of Clue 1, then please look away. I will tell you when you can come back. So here we are. We have Shawlography. It's really hard to show you because I haven't obviously blocked it. These are how my colours are working out, and this yellow is bugging me, and it's my own fault. He said to use colour B as your lightest or darkest colour. So my lightest would have been grey and my darkest would have been this dark purple aubergine colour, right? So why, when I was sat knitting with my friends, did I cast on the yellow? I remember like sitting there talking to them too, going, yep, these are my colours, I'm going to do A, B, C, D and E. And I don't know why I put colour B as yellow. I honestly don't, but it is what it is, and it's too late now, so I'm going to rip this all back. I got to the slip stitches part on here, but that's when I was looking at it going, do you know what? I'm just not enjoying this, and this is a total waste of my time if I don't enjoy it. So I don't actually think I'm going to rip the whole thing back. I think I'm going to rip this bit back with the V stitches, because if you don't know or you aren't making this whole piece here up into the I cord is made as one piece, and then you bind off. And I was a really good girl and I wove in all my ends on the reverse side, and then decided I didn't love it, and all my ends are woven in, and I don't think it's going to be that fun to frog. So I think I'm going to start again. I'm going to keep the blue as colour A, but I'm going to use colour B, this light grey. I'm going to use this light grey as colour B even, so that will be in place of the yellow. I just think that will be so much better. This is too yellow. I mean, I love this mustard colour, but it's too much. And I was hoping maybe by the time you knit the other sections that there won't be so much yellow, so it will even out. But I don't know that. I don't obviously know how the pattern's going to work out. Bless Dan. He was trying to be really helpful. I was sat here in a big huff on, what day are we today? Friday. I was sat here in a big huff on Wednesday, and he was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm not enjoying it. I think the yellow is too much, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, well, show me the pattern. Let me see what the rest of it looks like, and then I'll help you decide. I was like, you can't see what the rest of it looks like. It's a mystery knit along. And he was like, oh, well, can't you just message the designer and tell him the problem that you're having and just get him to send you the final copy of the whole entire pattern? I was like, that's not really how it works, Dan. Bless him. He didn't know. He was trying to be really helpful, but he said, give it to me. I'll rip it out. And I was like, no, I'm just going to put it in the bag and think about it for one more day. And then decide in the morning. And my decision hasn't changed, so this is going to get ripped out. In fact, I might just do it while I'm sat here talking with you. But let me know if you're knitting the Shawlography, how's it going? I would love to know. Are you loving the colour placement that you chose? I've seen one and it's stunning, and it's got mohair in it, and I'm really considering switching one of mine out and putting mohair in, but I don't know which colour. I think this is the hardest part of a knit along. Like last year I didn't have this problem because I just kind of went with it, and actually I really liked my colours, and I think I bought a kit, so I was quite sure that my colours really went well together. But this year I think because I'm winging it and I'm making it myself, I'm just really doubting my choices. But it's too late now. It's ripped. I've ripped this bit out as I'm sat here talking to you, because otherwise I fear that it's just going to sit in this bag and I'm just going to have the hump, because everyone else is going to be way ahead of me and I've still not made any progress. So now I can show you what I mean. So I've ripped that out. So this is now one piece. It's really hard to hold up. But this is one piece, and you bound off on the I-cord edging. Yeah, I wove in all my ends thinking, how amazing am I? I never do that. I should have known. I should have just waited. So this now won't be very easy to rip back. So this is going to go in the bottom of my bag. I'm going to restart the KAL, or the BenQ as they call it. And then if I need these colours, if I need this yarn and I run out, then I can rip it back. But last year when we did short slip extravaganza, it was massive. It was such a big shawl, and he said on his video that Shawlography wasn't going to be as big. So my hope, and I had quite a bit of yarn left over last year, so my hope is that I won't need to frog that, and I can just chuck it in the bin and say good riddance, because obviously I've cut my colours too. So between the sections you cut the purple, the blue, the grey and so forth, and the only colour you keep knitting with is the yellow, or keep carrying. So they're all just going to be little tiny scraps anyway, so they're not really going to be that useful to reuse unless I absolutely have to. So that is my Shawlography disaster. I'm a little disheartened, I'm not going to lie, and part of me did go, maybe just skip this year, Lucy. Just rip it out, forget about it, and skip it this year. But I really don't want to. I'm hoping that, like I said, I've got a couple of weeks off. I know that I'll almost be at the end of the make-along, but I'm hoping that maybe I'll catch up. But then I saw this morning, just before I hopped on here to chat to you, that one of the ladies in one of our little groups was saying that she's seen a sneak peek of Clue 2, just because it's been released right now. And it's a lot of knitting. She means a lot. And I struggled to keep up. Obviously, I didn't even finish Clue 1, probably because I was so disheartened. But I didn't even get Clue 1 complete in the first week. So there's no way I would be able to keep up anyway. And there's no way I would be done in time for the end of the make-along. And I think that's pretty common in a Stephen West make-along for the MKAL. I know last year was Slip Extravaganza. Some people were only just finishing it from last year. So it's fine. I'll stop rambling about it now. I'm sorry. I was having a little rant about that. I was not that happy. They are all my whips. Anyway, all my whips that have had any love. So I have got a little segment put in here. As you might know if you watched my previous videos, I was very kindly gifted a lamp for my knitting from BenQ Lighting. It's a Genie lamp. I think it's called the Genie e-reading lamp, and they very kindly gifted it to me and sent it to me and asked for my honest review and feedback. So I've done a little video that I'm going to insert here. Good morning everyone, I hope that you're all well. Today I have got a little bit of a review for you. As you will know, if you have watched my vlog video a while back, I was kindly gifted this BenQ Lighting Genie reading lamp. They very kindly thought that it would be useful for me to use for my knitting, and so they sent it to me. This is gifted, and asked me to give my honest feedback. So here I am today to do that. So this is the lamp. I received it in the silver colour. So this top bit here is silver. You can get them in different colours, but this is the colour that I received, which actually worked perfectly for me because it's neutral, it'll go in any room. I love a good grey, and you just can't go wrong. It's like a grey silver. So I am going to show you how it works and tell you my thoughts on it. So I have got my iPad here, and I'm just going to read you a little bit of the description from their website, mostly because my brain cannot remember that information to then feed back to you. So because of its wide lamp style up here, it is 150% wider in the range of light that it provides. So it's an LED lamp, and it illuminates 150% wider than a traditional desk lamp. It has cooler temperatures and warmer temperatures, so depending on the task that you are doing, you can have more of a relaxing mood or more of a bright light, I guess, which would help you if you were working. All I have clearly used this for is knitting, and just in the evenings to have on. So I've actually moved it all around to show you. Excuse the chaos that I'm in. As most of you probably know, we are moving, and so behind me is an absolute state. There are boxes and things everywhere, but this is real life. This is what we have to do. And I wanted to get this in because I don't know when I will be able to record again with the move. So normally this lamp goes in the corner and it kind of arches over the sofa. I sit in this corner, it's all backwards, isn't it? This corner bit to do my knitting of an evening, and I normally have the lamp over there leaning over the sofa so that I can see what I'm doing. These bright lights we have up on the ceiling are too bright when we just want to relax in the evening. So this has come at the perfect time. So they do sell a couple of different lamps, desk lamps. There's this one, and then there's one that has got a bend in the arm, so I guess you can move it differently. But this one is really cool, and I actually did not know this until I just looked online to see the difference between the two so that I could tell you about them. But this whole arm of the lamp actually moves. Oh, I've just knocked myself in the head. But it moves so far down. I've turned it on as well, look at that. And all the way back up, which is really useful if you want to, you know, have it a bit closer to see what you're doing. I'm thinking particularly with black yarn, that would be really helpful. Me and black yarn are not friends. So this is the design of the lamp. This silver ring up here is how you turn it on and off. Magical. And then, as well as it moving forwards and backwards with the arm here, it also has a ball joint up here at the top. So you can actually physically, I say that, it's a little stiff because I don't really move it for what I'm doing, but you can literally move it round in a ball. You can really get the light down to where you need it to be for the task that you're doing. So I love that about it. I have kind of wiggled it around and done that for my knitting, so that's been really useful. But the mood lighting is controlled up here via this knob. So this knob you can turn, there you go, and you get a warmer tone of light, which they say is perfect for reading or for mood lighting of an evening. That is mostly how I have it because, like I said, I use it of an evening when I'm at home relaxing and knitting in the corner, and it gives just enough light for it to be mood lighting, but for me to be able to see what I'm doing. And then you can turn it back up and you see that it gets brighter and whiter, and that is really useful. If you don't like the yellowy tones or you don't want the mood lighting and you want it to be really bright and you really want to see what you're doing, like I said, this would be perfect if you wanted to knit with black yarn. Now, I don't have any plans to do that, but never say never. One day maybe I will, and maybe that will be really useful. So I have really enjoyed this lamp. There are also another couple of features. There are a couple of different modes that you can put it into. So actually I think I need to turn it back on and then press and hold it, and it goes into reading mode, I believe. There are two different settings, and I, to be honest, haven't used them because I'm quite happy using it how I'm using it. So I haven't really explored the different modes to it very much. I'm just trying to find, I'm just on their website, which I will link down below for you if you are interested and wanted to figure out, but I'm trying to figure out what they call those two modes. I'm not sure. I'll pop it all down in the description. But it's that mode, and there's a little light on the back that goes orange, and then I believe if you press and hold it again, I'm going to check, yes, it goes green. I think that might actually be the reading mode. I'm not sure. I will put it here because I will double check. It did obviously come with an instruction booklet and whatnot. And what I actually really love about this lamp, I'm going to turn it off because I'm going to unplug it to show you. But I am obviously here in the UK, and oh no. Okay, well I've had to pull it because I've got moving boxes down there and it came off. But what I really love about this is it has obviously this cord that goes all the way down and down to the ground. It's a very long cord, it's really useful. It's not very long, but it's a really good length to be able to get it to where you need it to be. So you've got quite a lot of choices of where you want to put the lamp. And then it obviously comes with the adapter and the plug. So this just plugs into the cord, which I can't show you because my husband's put all the moving boxes down there and they're really heavy and I can't move them to pull the wire. But this basically plugs into that. And then it comes with different adapters. So because I'm here in the UK, I don't actually know if I can get it off. Yes, I can. Because I'm here in the UK, I've obviously got a 3-pin because they are the plugs that we have. But it did come with all the other plugs. Now, I'm obviously not going to pack this and take it anywhere with me, but that's really useful because it just means that you don't have to worry about it fitting your plug style, because you order one and you're just going to get all of the different adapters for this. So I think that's a really clever idea, and it literally just slots in, and there you go, you have it. So honestly, I probably, looking at this lamp, probably wouldn't have been my first purchase. I love the look of it, but for me it looks very much like a desk lamp, and I'm not sure that that is what I would have looked for knitting specifically, but I absolutely love it. And I'm not just saying that because this was gifted to me, it is my honest opinion. I really love the functionalities of it, and I really love how you can have the really bright light, or you can have the really moody yellowy warmer tones, and the fact that it moves. I've just, like I said, just literally found out that it does this. I think that's really good, because if I'm sitting even here at the table, I could, if I'm working quite closely, I could bring this all the way down and I could be knitting here and I could get the direct light onto my stitches. So I love it. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it in the new house. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in the office or if I'm going to try and keep it in the lounge, but they do, you can buy, so this, I don't know if you can see in the camera shot, but it's just like a flat stand. You can buy an extender for this to turn it into a floor lamp, and I'm thinking that would be a really good idea if I were to keep it in the lounge, but I might order another one. I'm thinking this one would be really good in the office, in my yarn room to have, but then I'm really thinking I would love a floor lamp style one in the lounge. So I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We're not even in the house yet, but when we get in the house, I'm definitely going to look at that option and see, and I'll definitely go with the grey again, I think. Or maybe I will keep this one and turn it into a floor lamp and get a cool coloured one. They do have quite a lot of options, I believe. As I said, I will pop it down below for you to see, but I think, yeah, you've got blue, like a tealy green, a gold and a pinky colour. So there are quite a few options. I just love how modern it looks. I'm really, really happy with this. And massive, massive thank you to BenQ. I love it, and I could not recommend it highly enough. It gives the perfect amount of light for what I need it for, and I can see it being a really, really useful lamp. So thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by and listening to me waffling on about the lamp. I can't believe I managed to do it for 10 whole minutes, but there we go. Now we will go back to the regular podcast episode. Hello and welcome back. So that was all about my Genie e-reading lamp. I hope you enjoyed that little clip. My finished objects for this week is what I'm wearing. I finished my, sorry, I might have knocked the microphone. I finished my Anchors summer shirt by Petite Knit for our Anchors Obsessed knit along that Alexandra from Fiberbound and I mess up on that every week, were co-hosting together. That finished on the 9th of October, and I am due to pull some winners for prizes for that. So future Lucy will do that and post it in the end of this podcast episode, because I'm very sorry I haven't had a chance to pull them yet and I am cutting it fine for time. I will put a little snip in here of the summer shirt so you can see it, because I'm sat on my sofa today and it's not a very good angle for you to see it. I'll put that here. Okay, well that's my only finished object for this week. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of other random little bits here and there, but not that successful. Must knit faster. Talking of knitting faster, I really want to knit continentally. After I did my Q&A video, a lot of people were telling me that actually from switching from English style to continental, they didn't find their tension was all sloppy and messy. So I'm really considering giving that another go, but I'm a bit worried about learning it and trying it and doing it on one project and then I don't want to start doing it on a project that I'm halfway through in case it does affect my tension. So I'm thinking on my next pair of socks I might learn how to knit continental, but then keep knitting English style until my whips are complete. I don't know if that will ever happen, if I'll ever have all my whips complete and nothing on my needles, but we can try. Okay, knit-alongs. The socks for WMAS knit-along is still going ahead until the 1st of December. So if you aren't aware, there is a video back a few episodes all about the knit-along. But we are basically helping out one of our viewers, Jeanette, whose aim was to knit 500 pairs of socks for the West Midlands Ambulance Service for Christmas. Her daughter is a student paramedic there, and she thought it would be a really nice gesture to thank them for all of their hard work. So here I am hosting a knit-along to help her achieve that goal, and I have received some beautiful socks. I have already shown some that I have previously received, so thank you to everybody. But I have more. I'm going to show them over in acquisitions, but basically the knit-along is ongoing, and it's to knit any size socks. They must be long socks, they can't be shorty socks, so just a regular standard length sock. Any colour, any size, any heel, anything, just a sock basically. What else? Just a pair of socks. Yeah, probably not just one. I mean, a pair would be useful. So we're holding a knit-along here. We're going to draw prizes for that nearer the end of the KAL. And I know Jeanette has got some lovely prizes lined up. She has sent me a picture of one of her prize bundles, which I'm really excited to share with you. My email address is down below if you need the address to send them to. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you so much to everybody that has donated them so far. If you are not a sock knitter and you do not want to knit socks, then you are very welcome to send in any yarn donations. They are also very well received. I am going to be very busy over the next kind of month and a bit knitting those up. I'm hoping that knitting them continental style will help me get through some of the yarn I've been given. What is next? Podcast recommendations. I don't really have any. I've been knitting, oh my goodness, I've got knitting on the brain. I've been watching most of the usual podcasts that I have been watching, although there is one lady that I've been watching. I think I've mentioned her before, but oh my goodness, my words. There is one lady I've been watching. I think I did mention her before. Her name is Hanna from Thisnannyknits. I think I've said that right. I'm so sorry if I haven't. I will post it here. I was practicing that before I came on, and then I'm not even sure it came out right anyway. So I apologise, Hanna. I'm sorry if that is wrong. But do go check her out. I love seeing her work, and she is a machine. She seems to be like knitting at super speed. She is also doing the Shawlography. So yeah, but there's a little group of us podcasters that have got a little chat on Instagram for the Shawlography, and it's been really nice to interact with them and to see their progress. And yeah, we were joking around about it being a race. It's not a race, obviously, you have to enjoy the process, but I am definitely losing the not race that is going on over there, considering I'm about to start all over again. Shall we get into acquisitions? Let's do that. So I've got a few. I've obviously shown you my Croft yarn that I am using. Their socks. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of rustling, and I do apologise. Let me just do it now. Okay. I ordered some lovely yarn from knit.co.uk, and I will tell you all about it. So the lovely Lizzie over at Hive Knits, you must go and check her out. She is awesome. She is a doctor and a knitter, and she lives in Manchester here in the UK. She has got the most stunning sweater. I have been watching her progress with her knitting it, and it's beautiful. It's her own design, and I've been desperately keeping an eye out to see if she is going to do a test call for it so that she can release the pattern. And I had already signed up to Hanna's Herb Garden Knitwear for her shawl, but I filled out the form for Lizzie's sweater. It's called the first sweater. My first sweater, the first sweater. I'm sure it's the first sweater. I'll put it here. I don't want to get that wrong. I filled out the Google form for that, and Lizzie went on holiday and said, look, I've had so many applications, thank you so much, it was so overwhelming. I'll get back to you, to the successful candidates for the test knit. And like I say, she went on holiday, so I didn't hear back from her, and I was like, okay, fine, I didn't get in the test knit, you know, no big deal, just buy the pattern when it's out. Like, really disappointed because I love it, it's stunning. I'll pop a picture of it here so you can see. She's done it in a really nice kind of oatmeal-y, kind of neutrally beigey kind of colour. And then I heard back from her and she asked me to test knit, and I was so super duper excited. And then I was like, oh no, do I have time to test knit this as well? But actually she's given such a good time frame on it, because it is knit in quite fine yarn, and I guess it's going to be a fair amount of work, okay? So she's given a really generous time scale on it, and I was like, Lucy, you can do this. Like, it's stunning. You have to. You can't say no. So I am test knitting her first sweater, the first sweater for Lizzie over at Hive Knits. And I was really indecisive of what colour to choose. So Simona over at Knit Yarns very kindly gave us test knitters a discount code for 20% off, which was amazing. And the recommended yarn was Filicolana Arvetta and the Drops Kid Silk mohair, held together for the entire sweater. So I knew I wanted to use the recommended yarn. I'd recently used Filicolana Arvetta for the baby jumper that I made for my friend Karen, who had her baby. Super duper exciting, little baby boy. Sorry, there was a tangent, but oh my goodness, he's so cute. He's got these little cheeks and you just want to squeeze them. Obviously I can't because she's not local to me, but I'm hoping one day soon, you know, he's a newborn, and I know it's going to take any new mum to get into a bit of routine, but I'm hoping one day soon he'll come onto Zoom and I can just squish him via Zoom. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Mega tangent. I got in the cute little baby mode. So I was having trouble deciding on what colours, and I just showed you because I was overexcited and flapping the yarn around, but I decided to go for Bordeaux. It's wine colour, basically, red wine colour. Holding the Filicolana Arvetta, so colour 245 in case I've got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Bordeaux. And the Kid Silk mohair in the same colour. Well, it's called Bordeaux, the same, but obviously it's not the same exactly because it's a different brand, but this is colour 36. So these two held together, beautiful. I had done a swatch, but I didn't meet gauge, so ripped it out. I was having a good ripping out of everything this week. So I need to swatch again for that. But the test knit officially starts on Monday, and I think the deadline for it is the 26th of December. It was dependent on the size that you were making, so I'm pretty sure for my size the deadline is the 26th of December. So I'm super duper excited. When I was swatching, I was like, oh Lucy, what have you done? It's fairly dark, but I think it's because I was Zooming with friends. It was after work. It was dark anyway. However, that won't be a problem because I have my BenQ lamp. So I'm so excited about this. I am waiting to cast on, well, I'm going to swatch this weekend and then I'm going to cast on Monday when we get the finalised pattern. So watch this space. It is stunning. And go over to Lizzie and send her some love and follow the hashtag for the first sweater and watch all of the beautiful sweaters be born. There is somebody in the test knit group doing this in black. my goodness, I applaud you, because it's going to be stunning. And it did cross my mind because it would look stunning in black, but I can't. Me and black, we're not friends. Not for knitting. I do like wearing black. I'm not prepared to sacrifice the amount of time it will take me to knit with black. But I can't wait to see yours. Whoever it is, I can't remember her name, sorry. I'm yet to figure out who's who. I think Instagram can be quite tricky for that because everyone's got a different handle name and it's not necessarily their name. So it can be quite confusing. That's all my acquisitions. I've done so well. I've literally just acquired that and the Croft yarn. So for me, that's a bit of a win. I have socks to show you, so I'm going to very quickly do that. I'm sorry about the rustling. It's going to be very, I mean, they're all really nicely packaged, but I want to show them to you. Oh, it's okay. It's just a bit of tape, right? I should have done this beforehand. Oh, I've got it. It's fine. No problem. So these are from Trisha. She has very kindly sent. Oh, look, she's even got some little tags. Made with love by Trisha. They're really cute, Trisha. I love those. She has knitted this stunning pair of, oh, I better show you the side with the little flowers on. Look, this stunning pair of socks. She's even done a couple of flowers that she's sewn on. So pretty, and I love her little care labels that she puts on here. She tells you how many stitches, what size they are, what yarn it was, and how to wash them. So thank you so much, Trisha. They are beautiful. Somebody is going to really love wearing those. I've got to try and I won't do it now. I was going to say I'll try and get it back in the plastic, but I shan't. And then I received a beautifully packaged parcel. It's not beautiful now because I had to rip it all open, but it was perfectly wrapped. It had like a printed label and it looked really professional, and I was like, oh gosh, what have I ordered? What have I forgotten about? And even Dan said, what is this? I didn't think we were buying more yarn now. Because obviously we're moving. He was like, it's just not it just doesn't make any sense to buy yarn to then move it to another house if you're not going to use it in the meantime. He just doesn't get it. Yarn hoarding is like a whole other hobby. Okay, so this massive box was not a parcel for me. It was socks. How amazing is that? So it came with this beautiful little card, which is stunning and textured. I think the lady has made them. So this lady had never knitted socks before, but wanted to try for WMAS, and she enjoyed it so much that she's knitted not only a good amount of, I don't even know how many pairs, she has done the cutest thing. Sorry, I was just reading her note. She has knit socks and then with the leftover yarn has knitted little bags for them. I mean, seriously, this is so amazing. She's even made these little ties. So let me show you. Let me open these up. I cannot believe that she has never made socks before. How incredible. So inside you have got the pair of socks that match the bag. Oh my goodness. How stunning. I am just amazed. I opened them and was like, oh wow, that's incredible. And then she's enclosed the little tags. So it's got all the care instructions on and obviously what yarn she used. Yeah, I was just amazed. And all the bags are all a bit different. So this one's got a different textured pattern on it. So there's obviously a pair of socks in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And she had never knit socks before. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. I'm not going to open them all because they're so beautifully packaged, but so inspiring. I was like, you are a machine. How do you have the time? I'm so amazed and so thankful that you did take your time and, you know, use up your yarn just for this amazing worthy cause. So I thank you so much, Rhoda. I believe your name is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love them. That is definitely a massive achievement, particularly if you've never knit socks before. So I think that's it for knitting. I'm just going to grab my notebook because I might need it. No, I don't. There's nothing else useful in here for me to talk about. Yes, that's it for knitting. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was really, really lovely. I have a little bit of life stuff which I will share now, but if that's not your cup of tea, then thank you, and I will see you next time. Life-wise, I mean, there's not a great deal to share with you. You all know that we're going to be moving and we are in the process of that. We did get some time to pop back to the property for my husband to see and to look around because he kept asking me. So if you don't know, I don't even know if I shared this. My husband hadn't viewed the property. It was all on me because the estate agent could only show me around during the week, and my husband couldn't really. I mean, he probably could have got time out of work, but he was busy at work. He didn't want to ask for time. Apparently, super duper trusted me. And so I went on my own, looked at the house and decided, yeah, this is the one. This is the one I like. I think it will be a great family home for us. And he trusted me, so we went ahead, put an offer in, it was accepted, and yeah, we've been going through the whole process without him even knowing what it's like. So yes, we called up the estate agent and just said, look, we are wondering if we can have another appointment to come and have a look around. We had got the inventory list for what they were keeping, so wanted to go over that, and it would be really nice if Dan could see it. And the guy was a bit like, oh, well, I'm a little bit concerned that you're having second thoughts and that you've left it this late. Like, you're almost ready to exchange. I'm like, we're not having second thoughts. We just want to come and measure up to see if our furniture will fit. Otherwise, we're going to have to order new furniture. He went, well, I think this is going to be really worrying for the sellers. And I'm like, well, just reassure them. There's nothing to worry about. Anyway, we got an appointment the next day. We went round. The guy was lovely, totally fine. He was like, no, it's fine, like, I totally understand. So we measured up, did a few things. Dan literally didn't even go upstairs. I was like, should we go and look upstairs? Like, I'll show you. And he went, no, it's cool, I totally trust you. And I'm like, oh my lord, if anything goes wrong with this house move, it's all going to be on me. I can see it already. But it will be fine. Dan's so easygoing, so laid back. He's like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so we've seen the house, we've exchanged email addresses with the seller so that we can talk directly rather than having to keep going through the very grumpy estate agent. And I think we're ready to complete on the 29th is the proposed date, which is super duper exciting. We'll have a bit of time to move. We've got 2 weeks off work, beginning like the 22nd of October because we were supposed to be in the States, which we're now not doing, but we kept our holiday from work because we haven't used any holiday all year. Thought it would be really nice to just, you know, go out and spend some time together, or maybe book a last minute holiday or move house. So we're hoping that that will go ahead for the 29th and we'll have some time to move our things over. We have some time here still, so we won't be in a hurry to move on a specific day and get everything out of this property to get into the other. So yeah, that's super exciting. I am not sure what that means for podcasting in the next 2 weeks. It might be that that is the weekend that we move, so there may not be an episode, but I will let you know. The best way to find out is over on Instagram. I will keep you totally updated there. But yeah, if I can and we're in a good position, then I may podcast from one of the empty rooms. Or maybe we'll do like a vlog and yeah, show you around. It's not super duper exciting, but it is for us. I know that some people, well, especially me, I love to nosy around other people's houses too. So actually, I would love to watch a vlog of somebody moving house to see their new house because I'm nosy like that. That's it on the house move front. I'm going to be really busy here packing up. Luckily I have a couple of weeks off work, as I mentioned, so I'm hoping that will give me time to still get my knitting in. And the most exciting thing ever is happening tomorrow, but you will see this probably on Sunday, so it will have happened yesterday. I have a small circle of knitting friends that are scattered all over the world, and we meet on Zoom and we chat, and it's been so lovely to get to know such a small group of people. And Kristen, my friend, who normally lives she does live in the States, is here in England visiting for a work trip, and she was in England and then she had to go over to Greece to do a bit of work, and now she's back in England until Sunday. And she messaged me and was like, Lucy, I'm back. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So we are meeting in real life tomorrow, and I'm so here for it. I cannot wait. She is about 3 hours from me, but we've decided to meet in London. So she's going to grab the train, I'm going to grab the train, and which will give me knitting time, which is why I need some vanilla knitting, which is why I will knit on more socks. Cast on more socks. But yes, we're going to get the train and we're going to meet in London, and we are going to go yarn shopping. We are going to go eat. We're going to go get coffee and do all the things. So I'm so excited for this. I know I went to London a little while ago to yarn shops, and we had the most fantastic day, but I think it will be so much more exciting with a fellow knitter. So Dan, obviously, bless him, he came around and I dragged him around the shops and did all of that jazz. But I think to go with Kristen, because we have similar interests and we both love knitting and crocheting, I think it would just make it way more fun. So I think we're going to be heading to Loop, London, which is where I went last time. I'm going to try and get some footage for you. I will ask the shop owner or the person that's working on that day to see if that's okay. I'm still kind of trying to get a little bit more comfortable with recording in public, so that should be fun. But there will be plenty of photos that I'm sure Kristen and I will take, and I'm just so thankful that the times have aligned and that we're able to go and visit with each other, because it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that next time. There will be a lot of waffling about that and the day, I'm sure, because it's going to be so fun. But thank you so much for sitting and chatting with me today. I hope that you're all really well and that you have had some time to craft and do the things that you love. I hope you're enjoying autumn like I am, because I'm loving this time of year where it's all snuggly and you get a hot drink. My drink, my tea. I forgot about my tea, it's over there. Gosh, that's going to be stone cold now. I actually forgot to share with you my acquisitions from Bird and Blend tea. That was really bad of me, wasn't it? Wait there, I'm going to go get it. Okay, I'm back. If you're not here for the tea content, I apologise. That's kind of why I put it in the life section. Well, actually it's not, I forgot about it, but I'm going to include it here in the life section because I know that a few of you have tagged me over on Instagram and I have tea-fluenced you. I have influenced you to go buy tea from Bird and Blend, and there's worse things to be influenced by, let me tell you. I think that Bird and Blend is amazing, and as I said before, I'm not affiliated with them. I'm pretty sure they don't know I exist. To them, I'm just Lucy the customer. But I did get a tea delivery yesterday and I'm so excited. I should have made one of these. Why didn't I do that? Anyway, I'm really into chai at the moment, so I ordered sticky chai tea. They come in these jars, which I think is really cute. Oh, it is, it's all going to fall. It is amazing. I haven't drunk it yet, but it smells amazing. So I'm really excited for this. This says, the best chai is always made from spices that have been freshly ground, so we hand blend ours in small batches using award-winning whole leaf Assam tea, high quality spices and our own wildflower honey. Sourced from a family in Poland. Well, there you go. Who knew? So I'm excited for that one. And then obviously I found a pumpkin pie sticky chai. That rhymes. I love that. That obviously I had to get for this time of year. And this is really cute. I don't think you'll be able to see. But not only does it also smell amazing. Let me get one out. Oh, it's all a bit sticky, obviously, because it's called sticky chai. Can you see? It's got these cute little pieces of pumpkin shaped something in them. You probably can't see that, and now I'm all just sticky and causing a bit of chaos over here, but it's got little pumpkin shapes, and I don't know what they are, but they're so cute. What does this one say? Our famous sticky chai recipe, the first in the UK. Says the same thing. It's made in small batches. Now try the limited edition spiced pumpkin pie flavour using our best-selling and award-winning chai. So you basically brew this in milk on the stove or in the microwave. You can brew it in water like normal tea and just add milk, but chai is best in milk. And then you just strain it. So that's super duper exciting. And then I did get a toffee apple in a bag, which I haven't opened, but it says sweet smoked candy apples by the fireside. So I'm excited to try these. This is a 50-gram pouch, so it's twice the size of the other one I have. Or are they 20s? So it's more than twice. But yeah, super excited to try these teas. I hope that you've enjoyed sitting with me today, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. Bye. Hi everyone, Future Lucy here. Post-workout and all, I'm afraid. I have finally got round to pulling the winners for the Anchors Obsessed KAL that I co-hosted with Alexandra from Fiberbound. It was so much fun. We had a really good time, and a massive thank you to Alexandra because she actually did a lot of the hard work at the end. She is totally like tech savvy. She put everybody in a spreadsheet, and yeah, she was just super organised. So thank you, Alexandra. That made it a lot easier for my first ever KAL. So now I know what I should be doing in the future. But I just wanted to pop by and discuss the KAL. As I said, it was great fun. I'm just looking at my notes. We had a lot of interaction over on Instagram. I think 91 posts all in all, which was fab. 45 finished objects in my finished objects thread, actually. I didn't go over and check Alexandra's, so probably more than that in total, which is amazing. That many people took part. And there was over 91 of us chatting in the chatter thread. So it was awesome, and thank you to everybody that took part. But I do have 3 winners today. I have pulled a winner from Instagram, and that person will, little bit of crinkling, sorry. That person will be winning. I haven't opened it, but I will put a picture here for you to see. It's a project bag, and you might be able to see a little bit. It's got hedgehogs on it. After our last little chatter about hedgehogs and whatnot in the podcast, I thought this was quite appropriate. This is from Gibby Russo's. I purchased this for a prize, and I also found these really cute little hedgehog progress keepers. Can you see that there? I think you can. He's got a very pointy nose and he's very cute. So I've got one here. That one's mine because I couldn't resist, but I've got one here that goes with the project bag for a prize. So this is going to our Instagram winner. I auto-generated a number from 1 to 91 and used Alexandra's very helpful spreadsheet to figure out who was going to be the winner. So the random generator generated the number 44, which was Karen at Stitches and Jacks. So congratulations, Karen. Please email me at thisnannyknits@gmail.com and I will post this out to you. How exciting. The next prize that I have is for the person that posted over on the finished objects thread in Ravelry. So you might remember this prize. It is from Rosie's Moments. I got this at the Southern Wool Show back in, September? I think it was September. Maybe it was even August. But anyway, I got this when I went there with Mum, and it's a mystery skein. So inside this yarn are mystery things. So I think there's like stitch markers and progress keepers and all sorts of random things. It's called a gift in a ball. There you go. I knew it had a name. It is filled with lots of gifts, but the yarn is a 4-ply fingering weight colour. A 4-ply fingering weight, and the colour is Lollipop. This is 100 grams, which gives you 400 meters, and it is a 75 merino 25% nylon. So this is going to number 29, who is Sarah One Daisy. So Sarah One Daisy, could you please email me too over at thisnannyknits@gmail.com, and I will organise sending that out to you. If you send me over your address, that would be fab. I will get these parcels out this week. And the last winner was pulled from the chatter thread in Ravelry, and that was Camille Fenton. Congratulations, Camille. I don't have your prize here because you have won a pattern. So the lovely Hanna over at Herb Garden Knitwear has given one free pattern of your choice to choose. I have a coupon code for you, so if you could also email me, we can have a little chat. I can send you a link to Hanna, and then you can decide which pattern you would like, and I will gift that over to you. So a massive thank you to Hanna at Herb Garden Knitwear. That was so super kind of you. We're very, very thankful, and I'm sure Camille is going to make something beautiful. So I think that's it, guys. I'm going to tag this on to the end of the podcast episode and finally get it uploaded because it is a little bit late. But I hope you're all having a great week, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.